And we're on. Welcome to Studio Pink, we'll call it tonight. We're going to be doing a couple of different things, so I wanted to prep you. So there's a lot of you that are out of town. Do you love my little wispy crazy hairs? Yeah, it's totally yoga night, so this is my yoga hair. Don't judge. But I'm really excited to get started. I'm totally in my yoga pants underneath here. And it's going to be an awesome night. So how this is going to run is I'm going to do some... I'm going to do a little bit of like what's going on in our unit right now with recognition and also the calendar. And then we're going to dive right into a message and booking training. I'm so excited. There's a lot of great scripts out there. So I have emailed you already in preparation for tonight to print out. And I also printed some for you. I got your back. And then last but not least, we're going to end tonight when our guests come in at 7. We're going to be doing a yoga flow meditative kind of stretching. It's not going to be crazy yoga. I decided against it because I don't know how many people are warmed up and flexible. So it's going to be really relaxing and help to get us like mind, body, spirit connectivity. So anyway, follow along and fast forward and rewind as much as you need to, but I'm glad you're here. Yay! Okay, so in preparation and getting started, I hope I'm not too far away. Oh, I feel really far away. Hopefully you guys aren't offended by that. It's totally fine. Okay. So on the calendar we have, we are working on getting our color certification course sheet filled. I'm sure you can't see it, but this is the color certification course sheet. And so we've got 6 different weeks on here. Week 1 was last week with contouring and highlighting. If you did not get a chance to do it yet, you still can, as long as you go back and watch the videos from last week and you find a model, you demo the new highlighting and contouring look on her, send me a picture, and I can mark it off and give you certification for the weeks that you're missing, okay? Today is our week 2, foundation, how to choose it, and also where it goes, and also, like coloring and all that good stuff, okay? Third week, next week is eyes, window of the soul, and then we've got lips the 4th week, eyebrows the 5th week, and cheeks the 6th week. So I'm not going to go much more into that, but along with those trainings next week and the next 4 weeks, our 6 o'clock training is still on. A lot of you are asking me if we're just coming at 7. No, that's for your guests. So the way that we run our unit meeting is 6 o'clock is when we do formal training for consultants. 7 o'clock is when the guests walk in and we get to transition into, now I've been fed and I know what I'm doing with my business. Now I'm going to transition and help my guests. So that's how every Wednesday, now we've switched days, sorry guys, every Wednesday we'll look here at Studio Pink. So next week we'll be doing training on coaching. So today's booking, next week's coaching. The following week is going to be team building. The following week is time management. And then the last, we're actually November 1st already have scheduled, is for attitude and goal setting. So I'm excited about the trainings that we have. I've definitely geared it towards what I feel like you need and what our unit needs right now. So with that being said, I am going to announce that we have the fall retreat coming up at the end of October 27th. It's a Friday, and we're going to be meeting at Tracy Del Rosario's house. She's the one who I share studio space with. If you're not familiar with Tracy, she's amazing, and she has decided to open up her house on Friday the 27th for us to be able to do a girls' night in, a consultant night in. It's not for guests, it's not for customers, it's only for consultants. And so you, by being a Mary Kay consultant, get to go to this special training that's going to be at her house, and it's going to be very casual but formal. It's very planned, but it's going to be in jammies. We're going to be dressed down. We're going to be on couches. We're going to be really close to each other. I'm not really a snuggler, so don't try and snuggle me. But anyway, I was like, it's going to be comfy, okay? Yoga pants, just like I'm wearing. It's totally great, okay? Or pajamas or whatnot to that fall retreat. So I'm super excited. It's a night to dream again. It's a night to get inspired, motivated, and put goals in your head, put new dreams and ideas. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, and then if you're going to Amy Gamble Wins Retreat, you already know about it. It's this Friday through Sunday. I'm super excited. I'm going, and I'm going to bring back lots of good training for those of you who can't make it. So be looking out for what trainings are to come. Okay, so I've got The calendar has already been emailed out to you, so everything I just said is already in the calendar. So now you've got it in Word and in visual form, okay? Okay, so let's dive right into a little bit of booking training, okay? So when it comes to booking, you know that it's the lifeblood of your business. If you don't already, you'll soon find out. If you are out of leads and you are stuck with, let me get closer actually. So if you are working with, grab my stuff. Actually, let's see if I can just get this closer. Just a little bit closer, because I'm still feeling like you're too far away. You know what? That stretches a lot farther than I thought. Okay, sorry, close up on my boobs. It's totally great. Okay, so hopefully you can see me a little bit better. Okay, so anyway, there's a couple of different scripts that are out there, a lot of different booking scripts to help you. And most of these come via text and then voicemail, or you actually get them on the phone, you book them right away, and all is great. Okay, so to preface, booking, like I said, is the lifeblood to your business, and if you're out of leads, you're out of business. And so first of all, lead generating is a huge must, okay? If you're not working with at least, most people say 5, I've been able to live with 3, but I'm also not in a Cadillac, so I probably should be looking to generate, be having at least 5 sources of leads coming in, okay? So lead source number 1, your personal contacts. You know you haven't run out of everybody that you've ever talked to in your whole life, even out of the state, in the state, everywhere around, okay? So if you're not from here and you're like a college student who's just here for the time being, I get it. It's going to be a little bit tougher for you, but it's not going to be harder than you make it, okay? So that's personal. Second is going to be your referral. So every time you do a party, don't forget, everybody say this, don't forget to play the referral game. If you don't play the referral game, you're walking out of every single party with nothing to go on, okay? So I'm sitting here, I have 3 plates right here. I've got Keely and Cheyenne, and I've got Taylor right here. Now, if these 3 that I got from who knows where, maybe they're my friends that I personally know, I facial them and they walk out the door and didn't refer anybody to me, guess what? Taylor, Keely, and Cheyenne are my only people. They're my only people, and I'm going to keep bugging them, and they're going to get sick and tired of me calling them, because I'm trying to make big things happen with only 3 people. Big things cannot happen with small numbers, okay? So I want you guys to know that abundant mentality is when you can say, hey, everybody here at this table, will you guys refer me out to at least 6 to 10 women, or even think bigger. Most people get 20 names and numbers. Tell them that, because that's when you'll get a lot of people writing stuff down. And always give away a prize. I have a little perfume gift right here on the table for my guests, so that they are excited to play the referral game with me and generate and list as many names and numbers of people that they know with skin over the age of 18 that don't already have a Mary Kay consultant. They're going to give to me, okay? And then at the end of the party, I should be able to walk away with a lot of names and numbers. Now, ironically, I forgot to play the referral game with that person, and guess what? That's pretty sad. I have nothing to go off of for both Cheyenne and Keely. Thank goodness I played it for Taylor, and I have been playing it more often. So if you need to, make yourself a little note. I'm actually hoping to make something like this, but if I don't get around to it, be responsible. Be somebody who is who takes that personal responsibility to go figure it out themselves, okay? You can have like a little note card. These are super dinky little notebook cards, and this could be your little cheat sheet at the party of things that you want to remind yourself of, along with the scripts or along with the flip chart. That thing has a lot of information and a lot of words, and so if you want something just right here on the side for you to be able to take notes in, it's going to be super helpful. So I would put, make sure to tell them this is the first of 2 appointments. Make sure to tell them, make sure to play the referral game. Make sure to tell them that you're looking for 3 types of women. Women who want to be your great customers, people who want to be hostesses and book parties with you, and people who want to join your team and be consultants. Now that's part of the perfect party training for another time, but if you don't know about that first of 2 appointments, guess what? This is their first and only appointment that you'll ever have with them, unless you want to do follow-up and clean up later. So it's very much easier and more full circle, if you will, to say at the very beginning of the party, this is your first of 2 appointments. They're already expecting, I'm going to meet with this chick again. I'm going to book with her at the end of the party, so that when you're done and you're closing her, she's going to be like, you said this was the first of 2, right? Can we schedule my second color appointment? So that's super exciting, and that already is bookings from your bookings, okay? So I want you to write that down. Booking from your bookings is way easier than calling, trying to get 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10 to book with you, okay? So booking from your booking has got to be one of your sources of leads, or not sources of leads, but one of your sources of booking, okay? So booking from your booking using the referral script, so actually picking up the back of the profile card and start calling people. I might just do, we'll see about time and everything, but I might just do an actual mock phone call with somebody real from one of these referral cards and just do it right now because I'm totally cool with that. If we've got the time. And then third would be, of course, booking back with your personal customer or your personal friends and family. Maybe you haven't facialed yet. That's one. And then on this side, you're going to have people, maybe you have like the greatest customers and they love coming back to you and they love supporting you. They're not ready to join your team. They're practically consultants, but they just don't have the name badge, okay? So, but they actually really love helping and supporting you. You're going to say, hey, Sally, you love helping me with my business. You love supporting me. You love coming to my parties. Would you be willing to host a party for me with 3 to 5 of your girlfriends that I haven't met before? And I'll give you something I know you really want. That microdermabrasion set I know you've been dying to get. You get 5 women in front of me and that set is yours. So using our hostess program or your own hostess program to create something that's super exciting for women to book with you, for them to want to book with you, okay? Okay, so we have personal. You've never talked to them before about Mary Kay, but they're your friends and family. Second, they're already your customers. Now you can reach back and tap into them and have a pool of hostesses that you go back to on a regular basis. Like pick your party people. They love to hold parties. That's what they live for. You're going to pick like 10 of your customer base hostesses that you could be like, hey, I'm out of a lead. I'm out of like something shaking and moving in my business. I need something big to happen right now. Oh my gosh, Sally and Tara and Riley and Sam, and I'm naming all of our consultants because that's what's going on in my brain. You're going to grab them and ask them, hey, will you do a party for me? Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 would be booking from like random people, okay? And this scares a lot of people, so don't feel like you have to do this, okay? Warm chatting, okay? And I actually have a script in here for warm chatting. If you've never warm chatted before, just know it's not going to be perfect and it's not even going to sound very pretty or be super fun the first time you do it, okay? So just know that. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Just be like, hey, maybe I'll just start by giving someone a compliment. Maybe I can start by doing that. So I'm walking in the grocery store and I say, just say hi. Okay, that's step 1. I can say hi to someone. Okay, now I want to give a compliment. Hey, cute dress. Okay, I've done that much. Okay, I'm getting up the courage. Next is not to go up to someone necessarily. I mean, it can be, but I like it more when it just kind of flows and kind of happens. So for me, it usually happens in the rotting lettuce aisle. Just kidding. That's an inside joke if you guys don't know about that already. It usually happens somewhere in the fruits and vegetable kind of fresh produce section at Walmart or something like that, okay? That's where you're like picking out your ripe tomatoes. You're wanting to make sure that you get the good fruit. So you're standing there long enough to chat with somebody. You're not just trying to like fly through an aisle to find that one can of pickles or something like that. So say I'm like in the grocery section and somebody's just like standing there talking to me. I might be getting strawberries and she might be getting pineapple and we're standing right next to each other and I could just start up a little chatty conversation and say, like, strawberries are super discounted right now. That's super fun. Or I could start talking about her and her kids if she's got kids, or I could start talking about her outfit, or, just start up a conversation. And if it flows, it flows. If it doesn't, just give her a compliment and walk away, okay? But usually what will happen is you just start talking. So I'll tell you about my rotting lettuce, okay? So I was standing there, I was looking for good lettuce. There was all rotting lettuce. It was an employee of Walmart that was just working on the lettuce. She was putting up new bags and I was like, whoa, like what's up with the rotting lettuce? There's a lot of bags that are just like totally like have rotting lettuce. And she was like, oh gosh, you're right. Like they totally do. And then it just like, she looked at me and I looked at her and I said, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. I know this sounds super random and awkward. Like memorize those words. I know this sounds super random and awkward. You just automatically just said, hey, I'm going to just spit it out there. Like this is going to sound weird, awkward, random, whatever word you want to use in there. But hey, this is what I do. I teach skincare and glamour technique with Mary Kay, and I'm so excited about what I'm working on right now. I've got this huge goal of facialing 30 women in October and putting them in a new look fall professional portfolio. And so what I'm looking for are women of different colors, different race, different eye color, hair color, all different kind of things, so that I can put together 30 different looking women with Mary Kay products on them, and do a before shot with nothing, no makeup on, and not a nude photo, but a nude photo from here on up, you know what I'm talking about, and then an after shot with Mary Kay color. Like, that's it. And so give them to them enough, like, that they know what you're talking about, and you're not just saying, hey, want a free facial? But you're also not giving them so much information that they're like, well, this sounds way too complicated, I'm out, okay? So you gotta find that happy medium, and don't be afraid to just start, okay? Like, I did not get good at it overnight. I took a lot of time. I used to hit up people, I don't wanna say hit up, but I used to talk to people at the gym. Like, I would seriously be like sweating and like no makeup on or anything, and I would walk in the gym and I would just start chatting up with somebody, and I said, hey, you care about your fitness, maybe you care about your image too. I know I don't look like it, but I'm building a fitness portfolio. And I actually was at the time. I was making a fitness portfolio of women who, you know, love to work out, and feature those women who are healthy and looking to, you know, improve their health, also improve their look and their image. So anyway, you know, and don't just make up stuff. Like, get in your head that you're going to create some kind of portfolio, whether it just be a before and after fall look. That's an easy one that most people can get their head around. Or if you're looking for professional businesswomen that really don't have time, you've got to make it worth their time. Sometimes sitting down for a quick color look is not their cup of tea, because they're like, oh my gosh, I have 50 billion things I have to do, and learning about colors might sound fun, but I don't have time for that. So what I do for those women is I say, hey, I know you're super busy, and I actually am really interested in the profession that you do. I'm really curious about your job and your occupation and what you do for work. I would love to feature what you do for work in a portfolio so that you feel honored, you feel recognized, you feel appreciated, and you feel like your time was well spent focusing on you and your strengths and who you are and what you do and who you be, instead of just like, help me and sacrifice 2 hours or an hour and a half of your time. Does that make sense? So I'm hoping that you're getting your brain around this. You really want to go out to serve and to give and to be a blessing to people, okay? So it's not, you've got a goal, and that's what makes you reach out and move and get into other people's, you know, comforts and space and, you know, just being there for other people. But when it comes down to it, you want to be there to offer a service, and you'll never know unless you ask. She may or may not need a change right now as being a consultant, but maybe she needs free facial. Maybe she wants to feel beautiful for the first time in a long time, and she's going through a really rough patch. I love doing that for people. So when I hear people being like, I'm so stressed, blah, 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 that's what I say. I'm like, you're overworked and underpampered, or overstretched and underpampered. You know, use those words so that they understand where you're coming from. You're looking for people who are overworked and underpampered, or overstretched and underpampered, overstressed and underpampered. You're not looking for somebody who's like totally just like bumming out, watching Netflix and eating bonbons all day long. Those aren't going to be your hardworking women that you're looking for to pamper, because they don't really need it right now. They're like totally relaxed and at home and enjoying their cup of tea, right? So you're looking for the hard workers out there for more than one reason. One, because they deserve it and they need a break right now. And two, because those are the women you want to attract onto your team. You don't want somebody who's at home watching Netflix and eating bonbons. If that's you right now, no judge to you. Just know that I won't be calling you to give you a free facial right now. When you start working again, I will. Okay, so let me just read you what the warm chatting script would look like. And I did send this to you in an email, so if you want to pull it up right now and follow along, I'd love that. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to call her up. And this is something, so I just got her name and number, but I didn't book her. Okay, so it was like, hey, this is what I do, I'm so excited. She says, oh, okay, that sounds fun. And I say, okay, well, let me get your name and number. I don't say, can I just say, okay, let me get your name and number. Or I say, hey, my name's Emily, what's yours? Okay, let me get your number. And I don't look at them, because then I'm like making them feel awkward. So I just say, what's your name and number, or what's your number? And I look down at my phone ready to type, okay? It just puts the edge off, and they stop thinking so much, and they just do it. Most of us are happier just doing things than we are thinking about things. As women, we think way too hard. So you say, so what's your number? And you put your head down, and you start jotting it down. So you get her number, and I immediately send a text that usually says, hey, is this Ashley? Just to make sure I got the right number, and then she can message me later and say, hey, and then I'll say, hey, this is Emily, okay? So this is what I actually say. So if I was following this script, I would actually use a voicemail first. Say she didn't answer, but I actually went through the effort of calling first, okay? So I'd say, hey, Zoe, this is Emily with Mary Kay. It was great meeting you yesterday at Walmart. I'm calling to share some fun news with you. I'm doing and then you put in what holiday it is. This one says New Year's New You. That would be for January. This one right now would be I am doing a new fall professional networking portfolio, or you can do a new fall color look portfolio. I'm doing new fall color makeovers, or whatever type of makeover you're doing at the time, okay? And then right now, and I have 10 $25 gift certificates to give away this month, and I want one of them to be you, or I want you to have one. I can't wait to share more details with you, so please give me a call back and then you give them your phone number, 402, blah, 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 okay? And then immediately after you give her the voicemail, you want her to feel your genuine excitement. You want her to feel that you are there for her, that you want her to come, that you are genuinely like appreciative of her time. That's why you go through the trouble of doing the voicemail. I know it's a little bit awkward, but you gotta read it. Just read it right off the thing. And then from there, you'll be totally fine. And then immediately after that, I'll send a text that says, hey, this is Emily with Mary Kay. I left you a voicemail earlier today and I wanted to make sure you received it. I selected you to receive a $25 gift card and a color fall look makeover. Congrats. If I don't hear back from you, I will follow up in 3 days. Okay, so the importance of that last part is they want to know that if they don't get back to you, that you still are going to get back to them. That way they're not surprised in 3 days when you message them and say, hey, did you get my text? That can sound a little bit of an annoyance. So if you prep them beforehand and say, hey, I'm going to be calling you in 3 days, they're looking forward to it, they know that they're going to get back to you, and that way if they don't have the time to respond right then too, it kind of lets them off the hook. Okay, so some people are kind of like, if they're in a crazy spot right when you text them, a lot of people can be like, like what do I say back? Okay, I won't say anything at all, or I'll shut her down now because I'm too busy right now at this moment. You could be like, around 3 different screaming kids, and you're like, I'm either not going to answer this, or I'm just going to say, crap, I've got a crazy life, what am I thinking about meeting with this girl? Not interested, or something like that. So just give her like the way out, / like don't have to get back to me right now, I'll get back to you in 3 days, and also prep her so that, in 3 days when you get back, it's not an annoyance thing, okay? Well, welcome. Enjoy your little pumpkin spice, great harvest, homemade bread.
Have you showed
Pretty
everybody?
nails.
Yeah, thanks.
And you also get a new perfume. Yes, most people thought that it started at 7, so I just started recording at 6, and we've been doing great! So, we've been talking about the different types of ways to book, and how to come up with sources of leads. And Heidi here, she's actually a great, example of a different source of leads that I have done before, but I haven't utilized the way that she has. And that is her vases. She puts out facial vases. Do you want me to talk about it, or you want to talk about it? I love your earrings too.
Okay.
Heidi is just dressed up. I love this. This
Well,
is yoga night. She's got her Indian earrings in.
Yeah,
and-
Rosie picked these out for me today, so.
Those are pretty. Did you make them?
No, he didn't, but he bought them when he was at his Native American conference.
Just this
A
weekend?
couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this last 2 weekends ago.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to share it? You want to share it?
Sure,
Okay.
sure, so I
You're the one who does it.
I may have a couple, new, places, so,
Yeah, scoot it over a little bit.
so I'm kind of excited about that, so I'm excited to try putting my vases out in different places, but basically what I do, and I got this idea from a sales director who actually built her entire unit by utilizing facial vases, and so, yeah, so it's a good way to meet new people, to get new leads, and outside of your personal bubble. So basically what I do is I take a vase that has, and it says on it, enter to win a free pampering session and gift card, is what it says. And so I'll take that plus some little cards for them to fill out, put their names and phone numbers and a little bit of information, like it will ask if they already have a Mary Kay consultant, so that way I know not to contact them. But then if they do have one. But, so, and it just has that little bit of information, so I'll take it to different businesses that I like, that I admire, that I think would be a good fit for helping me find ladies that I'm looking for. And then I put the facial vases out, and so women can just enter to win. And so the great thing about it is, you can make the gift card as big or small as you want, and you can choose as many of the people as you want to win. So I usually end up calling everybody, and then the people who get back to me are, become the winners of that week. So that's kind of a cool way to generate new leads. And I enjoy it because I know I'm not calling somebody who doesn't want to be called, because if they didn't want to be called, they wouldn't have put their name in. And so it's just kind of like, and I really enjoy helping people win. It's really exciting for me to call somebody and say, hey, do you remember putting your name in? You're a winner. And they're excited, and so I'm excited, and so yeah, that's a really fun way that I like to generate new leads.
Awesome. So I have a couple questions for you. How many vases do you put out, just to give yourself a good number of vases out there?
So right now I have 3 out, and I'm looking to place at least 2 more.
Awesome.
So tonight I got my nails done, and I talked to the ladies there, and they actually were okay with me putting a vase out. So I'm gonna go back probably tomorrow and put a new one there. And then I've got another hair salon that just said that they'd be okay with me putting a facial vase out there. So I've got 2 new, and then so I also just kind of look and see, and when I see a place that I feel like I would want to put a facial vase, then I will go and I'll talk to the manager. So I always talk to the manager, ask to speak with the manager or the owner when I go put a facial base out, and I'm always very respectful of
They're
them.
so pretty.
So,
Oh,
thank you.
I know, she's totally overdressing me today.
I know, it's just the I got my
think
yoga
I'm
stuff on. I
overdressed,
just
but
put
I
a
really
sweater
am.
on and the earrings so that I could look professional.
No, it's super smart. I just hide
But-
everything I'm wearing by this.
Yeah, there you go. That's my
Okay,
tip.
last question. So you target, you want to find a certain market, and so you specifically put them in nail, hair, beauty places, right? Not like I did. I will tell you, I actually put mine in a GNC, which is a male's get buff kind of store. Nobody put our names in there, so don't be like me and be like, maybe I'll have one woman come
And
in
I
here.
do have a good,
Um,
with that, if you know it's specifically for men, I would probably say enter your loved one to win a pair.
Oh, sure.
In that kind of situation.
This is why Heidi's here.
So,
This is why she
yeah,
talked about her
because we
facial
do
faces.
gift services too, so
That's so
market
smart.
that as well. You can also, market those groups as well, but if it's mostly male, then market it as something for their loved one.
Oh my gosh, okay, so if you guys didn't write that down, write it down, because that's huge, okay? If you need a little piece of paper, I'll get you one.
Thank you.
Just to let you guys know what would be really smart business decision to make as you're consistently coming to a unit meeting or consistently watching every week, is to make yourself a new consultant binder, or a consultant binder. It doesn't have to be a new consultant, but just a consultant binder that you can put all the stuff that I'm giving you, like this color certification course. Did you forget it today? Did you bring it today? Okay, awesome. But so a lot of you would forget one. Did I ever give you one?
Not this last time.
Okay, and if you've got one in your heart. Okay, so you'll forget it every week if you don't already have it. All I need to do on Wednesday is grab my consultant binder, and then you know you have it, you're ready to go. Along with calendar information, okay? So this is something that can also go in your consultant binder, is what's happening every month. I try and print these out as much as I can, but I also give it to you in an email so that you can print it in pretty color like I do, because I like it in color. But anyway, since I also do it on email, then I just assume you guys can print it out if you want it. Okay? And then also things like this. If you have a consultant binder, it can be for more than just your training meetings every Wednesday. It can be for your everyday booking, consultant binder. It can be for your closing, if you want something for your closing sheets. Kanesha, come on in.
Hi, how are you?
Here, let's put you right next to Heidi on the outside, just because
yeah,
we're
yes,
doing a little recording, because I don't want to.
You okay? Are you limping? You hurt?
Thanks for showing, guys. So we're recording tonight, so you can watch everything that we've already done, okay? That way you're not like, I messed missed everything. We're just wrapping up the
Sorry.
tail
No,
end.
no, I think you're good. I think Emily got that chair for you, but I skipped over.
You
But I'm not trying to avoid you, is what I'm saying. I just need to get away from
So
you. I
good
just
to
thought
have you
were
back.
gonna
I
sit
gotta
there.
hug you.
So-
It's been a long time, and I know you've gone through some stuff, so. Okay, so I just passed out our calendar of what's all happening this month, and then also the the color certification course. I already gave a little shout out to on the video earlier today, but if you guys don't actually have a model the day that we do the training, like tonight, if you just so happen to not, do you have a model? No? Yes?
I think so.
Okay, so if she doesn't show or you don't have one, you can actually find someone throughout the week. Say, hey, I need to practice what I learned at my training, and then do it before and after, send it to me, and I can still certify you for it. Okay, so don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm totally failing because we're 2 weeks behind. Today's week 2 already. So same thing goes with you. Since you weren't here last week, you can watch the video training that we did last week, learn how to do the different applications of contouring and highlighting, find a model, do it on her, send me the before and afters, and get certified in that. Okay, and that's for this. So we're doing a color certification course that's highlighting, contouring, foundation matching. Next week is eyes, lips, eyebrows, and cheeks. So at the end of all of this, you'll have hands-on experience, not just the online training that Mary Kay does so well, but it's all reading, taking quizzes versus, okay, let me actually practice this on someone. So that's why we've decided to implement it into our unit meetings. Cool? Okay, so I actually wanted to go off of what Heidi was just talking about. So she does the facial bases. This that I gave you in an email right before you guys all came here. If you checked your email in the last couple hours, you'll have it in your inbox, but don't worry about it now. When you get home, you'll have this information, so you don't have to be like, can you text that to me, can you email this to me? It's already in your inbox. Do you love me? It's already there, okay? So one of them is cold leads who have won something such as a facial box or rose promotion. It gives you the words to say, okay, from day 1, day 4, day 7, okay? And so that's the sequence of texting and reaching out to people. You want to reach out, like, say today's day 1. You want to wait 3 days and reach out on day 4, and then wait another 3 days, reach out on 7, and then you're done for a while. Okay, you're done for at least 2 months, and then you can start up the whole process again if you want to. Okay, so the reason for that is because you don't want to get crazy. You don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, you texted me yesterday and the day before and the day before. So you want to do it very systematically and very strategically, where it's about the same as you would want to be contacted. We're all about golden rule and respect. And so we have day 1, day 4, and day 7, then you leave it alone for 2 months. So many consultants ask me, what do I do? What do I say? When do I say it? And that's a very touchy thing. So follow this and watch the results come. This has been proven to work by millions of consultants now. I would say thousands of consultants, not millions yet. We're gonna make it millions, okay? So this kind of script would say something like, hey, I'm calling with some fun news. I picked your name from one of my winners, as one of my winners from the place. If it was a facial box, if it was a show, if it was a vendor's fair, if it was a rose promotion, whatever it was, and you want a fabulous microdermabrasion facial, you can do charcoal mask facial, whatever you're doing at the time, fall color look, congratulations, I can't wait to share more details with you, so please give me a call back at blah, 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 your text information, and again, congrats, okay? Then you follow up immediately with a text. So all of these have voicemail text, voicemail text, voicemail text. Why the voicemail, Heidi?
To let them know, because sometimes.
But why voicemail?
Well, I think it also just lets them know that you did text them too, so they can check their text, and it also kind of is another way.
But they do voicemail first.
But I think it's to make it more personal.
Yes, yes. So if you just get a random text from me and your life has been crazy, and it's been maybe a week and a half since you even went to the vendor's fair, and I just pop up and I'm like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, that could be fun and all, but how easy would it be to ignore that? You're like, I've got kids, I've got life, I've got things happening, that was fun and all, but now I'm in a different mode, that was a week and a half ago, I'm in a whole new, phase right now, right? Sometimes we go through our ups and downs, and she might be still in the up, she's going up and down. And so, so yeah, it just makes it more personal. Hey, I don't know if you remember me. Hopefully you do. We chatted a little bit. I remember you brought your daughter with you. Super fun to meet you. I mean, just add some little flair of your personality in it. I mean, you can read this word for word, but you can also talk a little bit about what you saw and what you did. Make it personal, and then follow up with the text immediately after saying, hey, I just left you a voicemail. If text is better for you, great. If not, call me back. Cool? Okay, so voicemail, text. That's the way to go. And what days?
Every 3 days.
Every 3. So 147. And then kind of after that, if they don't get back to you, then you say at the last script on the last day, like if they have not talked to you since 1, 4, and now 7, the last thing says, hey, I'm assuming you're really, really busy right now, and that's okay, and I'll follow up with you in a few months. And usually right then, as they get that text, they will call you and say, oh my word, not a few months, I am so sorry, I've been meaning to get back with you, and it was just really bad on day 1, day 4, day 7, but I don't want to wait 2 months from now, I actually really do want to meet with you. And that's usually what will happen is like that. I mean, imagine with your hair, your nails, anything else, if you've had your nail tech be like, girlfriend, I thought you were wanting to work with me, and now I'm going to call you 2 months later, you're like, I can't wait 2 months, are you kidding me? Get me in right now. Okay, so that's usually what happens. So you have this entire thing, so what I would do with your consultant binder is print out all of these so that you're ready and prepared with the text and the voicemails for every case scenario. Okay, so this one's for facial leads in facial boxes or rose promotions, anything you do like that. This one's for warm chatting. I just did a little training on warm chatting. You can go back and watch the video. New consultant calling friends and family for the first time. If you're right there still, Kenichi, you might still be there. Use that script. If you're past that, you'll want this script, which is to start calling friends, family, and customers again maybe later on. So new consultant versus seasoned consultant, that's the
really
difference.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah, so if you're like, what did I say? I can't just be like, hey, I just started Mary Kay. They'll be like, you did? You started 2 years ago. Like, what are you talking about? You don't want to be that. They're like, I don't know what to say. Okay, so it talks to your friends and family again, and then we should have one for referrals. So this is for bonus ideas you could also use with referral names. I must have done that a little bit backwards, but you can print it out right. Okay, so referrals from your customers. And where do you get those from? How do you get those from? Playing the referral game. We talked about that too. So at every single party you want to play that game so that you walk away with a whole bunch of new names and numbers, which, Kanesha, I still have yours from your party. Don't worry, I haven't called them. I'm like, I need to get this back to her. So now you can call those people and you can have the success that comes from those leads. Okay, so I am going to give you these though, okay? So I couldn't print off every single one of these because this is like 17 pages. Well, it's not 17, but it's like 7 pages. But these ones were the 21-day script booking revolution. So that's what I want to talk about really quick before we wrap things up. So on day 1, you do the same thing, text, voicemail, or voicemail text, whichever one works better for you. I like the voicemail text idea, okay? If you like text voicemail, do it that way. But I feel weird like texting someone and then immediately calling them. So I'd rather call them. If they don't answer, I send them a voicemail and then I immediately follow up with text. That's how I work. So you would switch the way that those go and just reword the things that go on there. But this is perfect for referrals. That's what this one is for. So that's basically what most of us use, I think. I'm not positive. So that's why I gave you every case scenario that you can have in your Mary Kay business. But I personally need this one because that's what I live off of. My biggest source of bookings is from my referral game. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about the 21-day challenge. I like this idea. What the 21-day booking challenge is now, I won't be able to touch on everything because it is a very detailed process, but there's a video, if you haven't already seen it, YouTube 21-day booking challenge, or 21-day booking, isn't it called just 21-day booking? Mary Kay, 21-day booking challenge? 21-day booking, revolution, 21-day revolution or something like that, okay? What you do is you at least need 30 names, okay? So on day 1 you put 10, on day 2 you put 10, and on day 3 you put 10. You have your at least 3 days to get things started, okay? From there, I have colored pencils, okay? You have to use colored pencils to do this right, okay? You want yellow, you want green, you want purple, or pink, sorry, and you want blue, okay? So you want at least, and orange. Okay, so you can tell these are very well used. I do use this for a lot more things than just my booking script. I do color code and block out my planner. Okay, so you want a time block with your colored pencils as well. We can go over that another time. But right now, with your 21-day booking challenge, I've got Maria, Jenny, Tammy, Bianca, Jessica, Maria, Summer, Anna, Heidi, and Kanisha. just added you 3 onto my list, okay? So we're gonna say that I start calling and Maria does not answer, so I send her a text. I'm gonna mark her in yellow because I reached out to her and I did leave her a text and possibly a voicemail, if you feel good about voicemail. Sometimes I don't do the voicemail with people I've never met, okay? Sometimes I do, depends on how I feel. Sorry, that's not helpful.
If they don't,
You reached out to them, they haven't reached back.
It just lets you, it reminds you that you have made an attempt.
Because now this one's yellow and these are all blank, so I need to know which ones I've done and which ones I'm still working on. Okay, I'll move over. Can you see me, Kanisha?
yeah.
Okay, next, blue. If they get back to you, you wanna mark them in blue. Do you wanna take notes, Kanisha?
Yeah, I was thinking about how to paint it on first.
There you go, girl, I got you. I always carry a couple in here. You're welcome. Okay, so yellow, you mark if you reached out to them, they have reached back, okay? Blue, they're reaching back to you. You're actually in communication and setting something up. So I warm chatted a gal at the pumpkin patch and I was super excited to meet with her. I text booked her, or I didn't book her yet. I've been texting with her and she really is super swamped. She's like, my next free day is like on a Tuesday, early afternoon, and I'm like, whoa, that does not work for me. So I'm like, maybe we'll have to wait till the pumpkin patch is all over because her schedule in November is like super, super open. And so we're in good open communication and I'm not trying to force her into October until she's like, I'm out, right? So I'm in contact with her, I'm not booked her, I haven't booked her yet. So she's in blue, because she'll probably be booked in November. Okay, so I'm talking to her, we're in contact, but we haven't actually put it on the date. Okay, pink is they have booked, okay? Pink is they have booked. So as soon as they could book right on the spot, or you could go from yellow to blue to pink. You could go through this entire process. Reached out, she never got back to me. Oh wait, the next day she did get back to me. Okay, now I'm talking to her and then we book. So you can go through all 3 of these colors in 2 minutes, or 3 days, or 2 weeks, or whatever happens, okay? So just be ready to change colors when you need to. Orange is just not right now. It's not a straight up no forever. It's not like I'm not interested. It's like I just had a baby, or I'm about to have a baby, or my life just went crazy and I need some time off from doing this with you. I'm super excited, but just not right now. So this is a not right now. Orange is not right now. And then green, I keep around for if I want to go back, if I want to keep like documents of this, I can actually mark green that they actually did hold that appointment with me. This is something the 21-day booking challenge doesn't teach, but I've found really helpful for me is when I'm going back through my leads, if I'm looking at somebody and I'm like, wait, what happened with them? So this girl right here, I marked her in pink, but I actually did meet with her. Because sometimes what can happen, you book them, but then what happens the day of? They cancel, life happens, and they totally either no-show or they cancel. And so I wanna make sure that I like mark her in green, that we met, she became a customer green, she spent money with me. That's how I remember it. Okay? If not, then she stays pink, and then I know I need to rebook her, and I can take her through the blue process again into pink, and back to green. Okay? So this is super helpful so that you don't get overwhelmed by your, like, all this list of names and numbers. You're like, okay, day 1, day 2, day 3. And you can get excited, especially this little paper. This kind of makes it, like, doable. I'm, like, thinking I might wear my beauty coat all around my house. And, like, when I get a sneak peek, like, a minute away from my kids, I can be like, okay, marker off and stick my pencils in them. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be that crazy. But you could. And it's small enough that it's, like, this is doable on a daily basis. It's not going to be, like,
Color pencils or crayons?
yes! I'll go like steal my kids' crayons, put the crayons in my box. There's something in my pocket. A crayon box in my pocket. So, is that helpful to know? Just a little bit about the 20-minute day? Okay, any questions that you guys have on booking? Things that have worked, things that haven't worked, things that you don't know what to say or what to do or how to go about it or how to get started? Is there anything that's kind of...
So where do you start as far as like making your list of names? Like if, so sometimes I've made a list of names and then I start calling them and then I'm like, I don't really want to work with these people.
Well, you've got to be excited about it.
So,
You do want to be excited about it and you do want to have abundance mentality, okay? So I have a stack right here. This is all from Saturday. Saturday. Everything can happen. Say this with me. Everything can happen with one good party. Say it back to me.
everything can happen with one good party.
Isn't that amazing? Like seriously, I was in kind of a drought, just a little bit. I mean, these are all like names I've called before, I'm kind of working with, I've color coded like everything and everything. This is kind of overwhelming. If you like this idea, do it. If if you like this idea, do it. I'm gonna try and convert mine to like new papers and like have structure to it and not just be like crazy like this. But I do like being able to start with a fresh new set of leads. So I'm not excited about a lot of these leads because I've reached out to them before and I've either booked them or I haven't, right? So you need one good party. That's all you need, one good party. So what I did was she came with a friend and she came back with her mom and her sister. So I got 3 leads, 3 cards just from her. She came with her daughter, that was a mother-daughter. She was a facial that I met at Walmart. Just warm chatted her. She was helping me find tortillas. Boom, right there. She just listed me another 7 people that I've never met before. And then this girl, she booked a party that she couldn't even come to, so she booked a party and then a double facial for me at the same time. One right after the other on Saturday, which was super fun. So I ended up generating like 5 leads just from 5 different people that gave me at least 7 to 20 leads apiece. That's awesome, right? So those are a couple different ways. So one was warm chatting, one was a referral, one was, brought a friend, and so I booked from my bookings. This is all just different sources, different ways to book, okay? So now I'm in abundant mode. Abundant mode is healthy. Abundant means like, okay, now I can draw any of these 30, and I can do 10, 10, and 10. Hi, are you a model?
Yeah.
Who are you with? Who brought you?
Oh, my name's Leslie. I got a text.
That's me.
Yeah.
You're my model. We
Yeah.
haven't met before. So Leslie, how did I text you? How did this all come about?
I think it was through Mikkel. Do you know?
Mikkel.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Mikkel is one of our, she came to a party and she was a referral, and now Leslie was on a piece of paper and now she's here. So I'm training right now our consultants on like how to book. And so this is perfect that you're here because I'm like, I booked Leslie. And we took a couple times, right?
Yeah.
We first booked and then she was able to come, so we rebooked. I think this is like our 3rd time booking. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So she went from blue to pink, back to blue to pink to blue to pink. Now she's in green. Yay! Leslie, this is perfect timing. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to sit just for a second, we'll be getting started with our yoga and charcoal in just a second. So you can sit right here if you want, or right here. And grab you some bread, actually. Super yummy. Did you guys like it?
It was really good.
Okay, it's Great Harvest pumpkin spice bread.
Oh,
And I also put in some like
did Emily make this? Like,
so good. You know me. I'm a bread
I didn't even
freak. You are tired. Wake up, girl. And then that's strawberry banana juice, just so you know. Leslie, who's your friend?
This is Karen. I'm sorry.
Nice to meet you. Shake your hand.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Okay. So last but not least, I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit of like a pump up, a feel good message, okay? So I've been listening to this Christian pastor lately. I got a message from Deb Pike. She's a national sales rep. You know Deb Pike. And she boxed me and she's like, you need to listen to this message. So I listened to him like 2 or 3 days ago. Amazing guy. If you haven't listened to him, his name is Stephen. What's his name? Stephen.
Can you box it with?
Yes.
Box it forward.
Like totally. It starts with an F. Stephen Phonetic or something like that. Phonetic? Anyway, and so I listened to another one of his, and I'm going to make it a habit that at least 3 days a week I'm listening to something like either from him or something like around him. He's so good. He's like the pastor for like Lifegate Church or something that's like nationwide, or like his audience fills up like a cathedral like every single week. So if you guys haven't heard of him, he's pretty awesome. He tells it how it is and he speaks truth. So I'm like, okay, let me just take this in and like raise my arms, get all excited because I've never been somebody to be like, preach to me. But I just have gotten like that lately, and it's really opened me up to like my individual strengths and like who I am as a person. So I want you guys to just kind of like, and it's really kind of perfect that this message is going right into our yoga, because we're gonna do some meditative stuff where we get to like connect with your like mind, your body, and your spirit, and like just become one with yourself and re-energize yourself, not just in like what I'm saying right now, but like when we actually like physically do something with our bodies too. And so it's like really cool. Okay, so just know that your trials and your obstacles and the things that are like going on in your life are gifts. I've never looked at them as gifts. I've looked at them as like, yes, you can take them and you can use them to better yourself, and instead of asking why, you can be like, how can I make this flow into my life? But He says, no, they're actually gifts. And he was like handing bows, like little like Christmas packaging bows that you like stick on your presents to people. And he was just like, hey, you know that girl that doesn't like you at your work? That's a gift. She's trying to teach you, or the Lord's trying to teach you to get over the fact that you need to be everything to all people and be liked by everyone. Like, that's a gift. And I was like, what? Like, I've been somebody who's like, I need everybody to like me. Like, I have this need for everybody to like me. And I'm like, well, that's technically not what God needs me to do. Like, if somebody doesn't like me, like, I need to get over that and just, like, keep walking in my faith and doing what I need to do and being the best version I can be. And, like, don't let that, like, hold me back. And so it's a gift. Like, the fact that somebody doesn't like, I was like, really? It's a gift? Like, it's super weird. And so your weakness is a gift. Your struggle is a gift. The things that he's doing for you right now is actually going to better you and make you stronger later. So he was talking about Paul. Do you guys know the story about Paul when he's on the road to Damascus and he's like going to go persecute Christians and like persecute, like he would have like persecuted Jesus himself? Like he's that kind of like, he was a wicked, wicked man. And the Lord like knocked him off his horse and like, you know, came to him and he was just like, why are you persecuting my people? Why are you persecuting me? And he like fell off his horse. He was blinded, like God blinded him for a good like 3 or 4 days. And he's like, had God just like struck him down like right at the beginning before he even started persecuting Christians, he would never have like come to like realize like how big of an impact that moment was. He would never have appreciated that so much that he turned his whole life around like crazy, like more than a 180 if you can even do that. And he became the hardest working, best missionary, took the gospel to more countries and more places than any apostle had dared to go. And it was because he had like fallen so far and God had risen him back so far, if that makes sense. So your weaknesses can actually be the thing that like the harder you fall, the higher you can bounce if you think about it. Like, if you allow that, like, little thing, like, if you think about, like, a bouncy ball. If I had a bouncy ball, if you bounce it just right here, it's so little, it just bounces right back up. But if you bounce it hard, it flies up. If you let it, if you're the one who's actually going to, like, rocket ship back up, right? And so sometimes the harder things that you fall from can bring you that much higher to grace or that much higher to being that version of yourself. And so, if sometimes God takes away that struggle too soon, you won't appreciate and you'll value it too little. So, get over your need for people to like you. That was like the biggest thing I got from it. And the devil will do anything to stop you from using your gifts. And there's a thing called gift envy. Have you guys ever heard of gift envy? Probably never heard of that term, but you definitely know what I'm going to be talking about here in just a second, right? Since you envy, you covet something someone else's has. And so we might come to unit meeting and be like, Kanesha, she's just so dang good at this, and this. And we might just be like, man, I just want to be like Kanesha. I want her gifts. I'm like, I don't like me. I want to be her. And you start doing that, that is Satan coming in and trying to like undermine what God has implanted in you. And that's when I was like, oh my word, I need to stop looking side to side and stop feeling the need to try and be like someone else or take on their gifts or take on, you know, what they're good at and like acknowledge that they're good at that and I'm good at this and we can both run in our strengths. That's something Amy Gampoint is very passionate about and she talks about all the time. But she was saying, I am what I am, which means I'm not what I'm not. I am what I am, which means I'm not what I'm not. So let's put this into perspective. I am Emily Call. I am not Heidi West. You can put different names in there if you need to, so that you can feel like I am Anna Torres. I'm not Kanesha Rancy, right? You don't need to look side to side anymore. You need to realize that you are powerful with what God made you. So when you envy someone else's gifts, you miss the gift that God has given to you. You miss it. Completely undermine him, which is not, I love the way he puts this. So he says, oh yeah, God has been so good to me that I don't intend to waste a drop of it because the price was too great. Like he gave you that with his blood so that you could be all that you are right now, and you're going to just say, I don't want mine, I'm gonna take somebody else's, was like, it was really, really powerful. So then the other thing is sometimes we ask him to just give us, when really he's given us everything. He's given us 2 eyes, ears, mouth, hands, feet, knowledge, a great brain, a healthy body. Why don't we give him something? Why don't we walk in our best strength? Why don't we just allow ourselves to go serve and bless the lives of other people without this misconception in our head getting in the way of, I don't know, we just think too much. We think way too much, and I want us to get out of our head and be able to just open our mouths and serve with that kind of beating heart, that when we pick up the phone, sometimes our words will fumble, but our heart will be so right that the person receiving it will receive it for what it is, and we won't be like trying to cover it up with like, maybe I need to sound more like Emily, maybe I need to just, I don't know, like convince ourselves, like no, like this is totally like what we do is a blessing, and if you come about that, to fill somebody's bucket and to open somebody's heart and to share with somebody this goodness, then you shouldn't need anything else. I mean, yeah, I'll give you the words to say just to help you out, but really it needs to come from your heart. It needs to come from you just knowing that you're who you are for a reason and that you have something good to share with people and that you are enough. Say, I am enough.
I am enough.
Right? Girls, I am enough.
I am enough.
Right? You're like, what is going on? We're having some spiritual moment here. Say it. But yeah, I mean, like, stop trying to be somebody that you're not, so that you can rock it out in what God's made you and given you to do. And don't try and think, oh, maybe in like 2 years I might be able to actually do something with Mary Kay. No. He's giving you certain obstacles and certain tools and certain strengths and certain abilities right now for you to be able to work in that strength and in those weaknesses, and those are blessings. Those are blessings. And so he says, like, he talks about even going to the dentist, and he's like, when they're like talking to you and they have a tool in your mouth and they're trying to get you to answer them, and you're like, I have a tool in my mouth, what are you trying to do? You're annoying. He's like, just take it as a gift. Be like, oh, you're giving me time to just meditate, process. Let me just look at things in a different way, and so you don't get stressed out and like overwhelmed. And it really is like super helpful. Like I was listening to this message as my kids were like screaming at me. And I didn't even like, I was just like, hey, what's up? Like I didn't ever, I was in the right mood. I was in the right, like, feel, a vibe. And like nothing got me down when I made my cooking calls. When somebody said, oh, I can't come to meeting tonight, when they told me they were going to bring the cookies. When somebody said, oh, I can't come to meeting tonight, and like got bronchitis. I was just like, hey, girl, you do what you do. You take care of yourself. And like, I had a different view. I was like, this is a gift. I'm going to record tonight. She's going to get what she needs. She's going to be rested at home. She's going to take care of her body. And she's going to be somewhere when somebody needs her to be there. That'll be her gift. And she'll still get to watch this later, right? And so, like, I feel like if you've got that kind of perspective that everything that comes at you can be a gift, you'll turn it in such a way that it won't knock you down and it won't make you feel defeated. And if a party does cancel, you'll just be like, okay, God, where am I supposed to be right now? Because this isn't happening. So where am I supposed to be right now? You know? Things like that. So, tell me one thing that you're.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead. No,
No, I know what Jana, your senior always says, all good things happen to me. And I, like, at first I didn't know what she was talking about, because I was like, not all good things happen to me, there's a whole, but then, like, I realized that, yeah, like, everything bad that's happened to me because of Mary Kay, like, every rejection, every, like, time I didn't meet a goal, like, it's actually been a good thing, because if I was a director right now, like, if I was a director last year, like, I don't think I would have been ready, you know what I mean? So every time, like, every rejection, every time I haven't made it to my red jacket, every time, like, somebody's, you know, canceled on me, every time I didn't have a guest show up to meeting, like it all worked out the way it was supposed to be. Like, either I was supposed to help somebody else, you know, with their guests at that moment, or I was able to, like, whatever it was, like, it ended up working, like, even with my grand opening, only one person showed up, but it was the one person that was supposed to show up.
Right.
And she would not have bought anything if there had been other guests, but because I was able to take the time with her, you know, she bought product. And so, like, I just feel like everything that happens, like, it's okay. Like, and looking back on it, you're gonna be like, I'm so grateful that happened. I'm so grateful that, you know, whatever it is, because it's gonna lead you to what
And
you're supposed to be if you don't give up and if you keep in that mindset.
And your story is gonna be that much more powerful. Isn't that the powerful coming from Heidi? You know she's had cancellations. You know she's been in
And
those
her
bad places.
confidence right now.
I know, are you
it's
feeling
like
it?
You're a totally different
But
person.
I'm gonna get a
I-
tissue
if
'cause
it
it's
wasn't
coming
like
out
that, and if I
your
had
mouth.
just given up, and if I had said, oh my gosh, Mary Kay doesn't work for me, and walked away, like, I would have missed all of that growth, all of that, like,
And it's coming from
ability.
Texas. My mom
Right.
can, like, I talk about Heidi and she's like, that's my daughter. That's my daughter. Like, she's like, I could never do that before. And I'm like, yeah.
and I finally feel like I'm ready for my red jacket. I feel like I could lead
You say
3
that again.
people, you know?
Say
I
that
feel
again.
like I could lead 3 people. I could have 3 people on my team working and I would know what to
Did
do.
I say we were doing yoga?
Help
We're doing
them.
typo. I'm just kidding.
But, you know, like last year, I don't know, like when I did have team members, I didn't know what to do. And now I know what to do. And so now I feel like I'm getting there. I'm getting to a place where I know how to lead them. I know how to guide
You
them.
know enough.
I know how to overcome cancellations. I know how to overcome that bad mindset of like, why is all this crap happening to me? Now I say, oh, great. Okay, that person canceled. Yes, now I can go like book the actual person that's really gonna hold an appointment, you know?
And
so,
we don't understand
yeah.
his plan.
And
We
just
really don't.
Yeah.
the heart that you have for it now. When I was watching you,
I love you guys
last
together.
Saturday,
You guys are so
no,
good.
seriously,
I
I mean, you
I
just
can't do it
have
without it.
no, but you just have the heart for it. Like you're so loving to your customers that it's just so great to see. Like you're taking the time to take care of them and you're just so patient with them and it's just like every time I see you like working with your clients, it's just or customers, it just makes me feel like oh my god. and just the growth in you, like you're seriously like a totally different person now than from like last year than that I met you.
And look at her.
And you have like, a totally new look, but you have more confidence and it's just a spunk about you that I really like to see. Like it's
True.
for real, like for real.
Well, and I love Anna. Like I am so glad that you've been here. Like, because we pretty much started working our
Yeah.
businesses about the same time, and we've both kind of been kind of slow on the path, but like, go ahead.
No, and it's been, but like you said, we have to go through a lot of things to get to where we're at now, where you have like a lot of strengths that I learned from you, and I feel like it's the other, the same
Yeah,
way, like
I
maybe
feel like
that's
I
the things
learned
that you
so
learned
much.
from me. And
Yeah.
so
What
it's
did you say?
it's just really great to be together in this path, and I know that we have still a lot of growth to do, but at the same time we're not
Look at
alone,
where
we're
you've come.
together.
Look from where you've come.
And it's not like we're competing against, we're
Right.
helping each other, we're uplifting each other. And that's one of the reasons why I love coming to meetings, because I'm gonna be honest, like before, I was like, I feel like my heart wasn't in it, like completely. Like I thought I was interested in everything, but I had to go through a lot of things, and now like my heart is in it, and I'm like,
Open up.
even though I'm late or something, but I make a lot of sacrifices to be here, and then at the end of the night, I go home happy and feeling fulfilled, because Mary Kay is not just about cosmetics. It's not. It's just so much more than that. It's helped me with my life, helped me organize my life. I've met amazing people, and I'm just blessed, and I'm happy to be here. Sorry.
We're opening up and sharing Nasha. Do you want
I'm so
to
glad
share?
Because I know like, it can be so hard, especially
I'm so proud of you for showing up
Thank you for
tonight.
coming.
It's seriously like,
So I'm gonna try to do anything.
I'm
sorry.
not a hugger, but around you, I'm a hugger, so I'm just gonna come over and give you some love, girl.
Yeah, at the same time, that's
So,
that's a thing.
At the same
a couple
time.
weeks ago, my grandpa passed away. Terminal stage.
Damn, that's more. We can tell Catherine to do it for us.
And that was hard. I mean, cause I wasn't really into Mary Kay because I had background. And I think you kind of knew that from the jump, like my grandpa, like at the start, it kind of all happened when my grandpa started getting sick. So and it like his
Right,
his,
then we were
sickness.
getting out of the
Yeah,
event,
his
she's running
sickness,
to the hospital.
it kind of happened real fast. Like everything just happened. Like he was sick, went to the hospital. I was like, oh, he's in his terminal stages already. But anyway, so I guess I really appreciate. I was like, I need to make a bigger effort to in Mary Kay because I was like, I really appreciate Emily for because she didn't have to be like, hey, are you okay? Like you know, she didn't have to check up on me. She didn't have to. I've known you all of what 2 months, and my managers at the job I've been working at for a year, they didn't even ask me, like, are you okay? Is your grandpa okay? Like, you know, like, nobody, they didn't even, so, like, for you to reach out, to me, it probably didn't seem like it, because I really wasn't in it, like, in the mindset, but it did mean a lot, so I really want to thank you for that. Losing him was not easy. But, yeah, life has been crazy. Life has been crazy with a whole lot of stuff, and stuff just keep happening over and over again. But I'm here now, and I wanna. That's inspiring, like you know, because for me, I don't know where to start with this stuff, because I barely started. Like my grandma, she was my first one, and then she was just like. She told me, I never answered your question, because she was just like, she's like, I don't even want it anymore, and I was like, I know, girl, I'm so sorry, because it was her dad, who was like my great grandma, it was her dad who passed, so like, we were both just like, so then I ended up giving her the check, because she didn't want it anymore, but, you know, that's my fault, but, I'm just learning, and
That's gonna be part of your story, right?
yeah, I'm learning and I'm trying to get it together here. So yeah.
I'm so glad you showed up. That's
Yeah.
the first step. That's the first step. That's one thing I love about Mary Kay is you can take it as fast as slow as you need to, you know, and that we are. We're like a sisterhood. Like we care about our people, we care about our customers, we care about each other.
It's not about, oh, how much are you selling, or this or that. And I do wanna thank Emily, because last year I lost an uncle too. And they were with me throughout the whole process, and it wasn't easy. And I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't been for them. That, like you said, they were checking up on me, asking if I was okay, even if I needed anything. And it's just that moral support that, you know, doesn't have a price. So you are not alone. You know, I just met you, but you can consider me a friend, and if there's anything that I can help you with or that we can help you with, if you have questions, we're always here for you. So, you know.
I love that you said the sisterhood that doesn't have a price, because I want you guys to feel safe. I want you guys to feel like you can open up here and you can be here, and whether you're doing a little or a lot or nothing or everything, it's your place to play. And we've actually it's been really cool to watch 2 to 3 people who actually left the company completely. Know that door was open. Know that I was still around, and message me back and be like, hey, I know I didn't do anything for the last year, but I walked back in, and I'm like, awesome, come back in. And I never want them to be like, well, you didn't do anything, so leave, you know? And that's not what we're about. And so it always needs to be a place for you to play at your own pace. But I love just hearing about the processes that you guys have been through, and those hardships and those trials and the things that, you know, can make you like scrape your knees and walk away, can actually scrape your knees and make you that much stronger. And so it's just the daily grind. You know, get excited about the grind, and know that there is grace in the grind, and that, you know, whatever you've got going on, you've got to keep moving through it, and look for those gifts. Keep the perspective of gifts coming your way, and keep that mantra of everything good happens to me. All good things happen to me. So that when things do hit you, like a ton of bricks, you're like, how can things happen to me? How am I supposed to get there? Okay, how can things happen to me? Okay, I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna work with this, I'm gonna work with that, and it could end up just being your powerhouse of a story, Heidi, or Kanesha, or Anna. You could be standing in front of our unit meeting, in front of on seminar stage someday. You could be telling your story about how it wasn't a cakewalk. Nobody wants to hear that it was a cakewalk. Oh, she was undercover in like 4 days, became a national in like 2 months, and like nothing bad happened to her. Like, oh my God.
gosh, let's everybody leave because we're not that good, right? That's not empowering, right? It's the people who say, well, I started and 6 months later I finally decided to do something. Everybody laughs. It's like, yeah, we all do that. Like, that's what happened, right? Or somebody who says, you know, I came in, got an order and I had to get the check back because I didn't do anything. Like, that's part of the story. It's funny now. Like, it can be. Or you can be like, oh my gosh, I totally suck. So take it as a gift and be like, I'll start over. I'll start over. My grandma will come back around, I'll start over. And Anna, you've always been like back and forth, and then you quit, right?
Yes, I
See,
was,
that's your story,
and I
right?
know exactly how you feel, because I was like, yeah, I wanna do it, but, you know,
A big butt.
And I'm like,
How big
am I
is yours?
gonna, you know, really invest the time for it? And there are times where I was here all the time, and there are times because life happens, I have kids. And, you have to go through a lot to really, you know, realize if you want it bad enough. You know, and if you want it bad enough, then you're gonna be motivated to work it. So,
Right.
I'm at that stage right now where I wanna work it, like, for real.
And the consistency is really what I was listening to, sorry, I know we don't have to, but Gloria Mayfield Banks, like, she basically said, she's a, like we talked national, but she said, but basically she said, like, you don't know if your skills are lacking or if you're lacking in consistency until you're consistent, and then you can know, oh, these are areas I need to work on, but if you're not even working, that's right, you don't even know.
Well, awesome. I just wanted to close with that because I just was feeling it and I was like, somebody needs to hear that. So I hope that was something that you guys needed to hear today and that it was something that you could totally take and like utilize throughout your business, throughout your life, throughout your relationships, throughout everything, but just like own your strengths, run in your, you know, what you're good at, and also be, I mean, it doesn't mean that don't make your weaknesses strong, but don't wish you were somebody else. Don't wish for somebody else's gifts.
And I think another thing would be have a lot of communication with you. And,
I love that.
you know,
I thrive on communication,
so,
guys. Like
yes.
that's my number one strength. So if you
So-
don't talk to me, I'm like,
so,
Like, even if it's negative.
that's how I feel.
That's
Even if
one
it's
thing
negative.
that's
just tell me
one
what's
thing
going
that I've learned is I'd rather hear a no or a not right now than just
Nothing at
wonder,
all.
because
Right.
then you're stressing,
Right. Do you guys all hear that? So even if you can't make it, tell me you can't.
just say, I can't make it, and it's okay, and that's
And I've
alright.
gotten over the fact that I don't need to guilt trip you, and I don't need to make you feel bad, I just wanna know. Okay? One stage of my life, that was the case. It's not a good place, but I am getting better. Making those weaknesses into strengths. So, I'm gonna turn this off, because I don't think we have yoga. Sorry guys, you guys don't get to watch yoga. Hopefully that was awesome for you guys.